Danny Carlson. Brittney Griner slugged a Texas Tech player and got 2 games suspension. Is that nearly enough?
I say no. I say Brittney Griner should have been canned for the rest of the season. I'm Barry Trammell. This is Press Row from the Pubco Studios at Britain and Broadway. And Jenny, basketball is a physical game. People are emotional, they retaliate, they do things out of their head. But making a fist and popping somebody in the face with a roundhouse is not just over the line, it's way over the line. I would have suspended Brittney Griner for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I thought the 2-game suspension was way under what it should have been as well. She gets 1 game without any question because she hauled off and socked somebody and got ejected from the game. So 1 game is a for sure by rule. So it's really she got suspended for 1 game. She got a 1-game suspension for breaking the nose of a Texas Tech player. It was completely uncalled for. I would have suspended her 5 games. That would have been my suspension. That basically probably leaves her out the rest of this year. And without her, Baylor's not very good. They might not win many more games, so she might have to miss some of their games next year. But to me, 5 games would have been enough. I know you think a full year or the rest of the year would have been right, but 2 games, we can agree, not nearly enough.
Well, and I am tired of, and I've heard several people have contacted me making this argument, that Jordan Barncastle is somehow partly responsible for this. No, she's not. She's playing basketball. It's physical. It's rough. Watch any kind of game, and it gets that way, and nobody's hauling off, hitting anybody. I saw the game Wednesday night in Stillwater. You saw Oklahoma State, Texas A&M twice. A&M's Brian Davis got into it with a Cowboy. They got tangled up, and there was a little bit of shoving and a little bit of comeuppance, and nobody hauled off and broke anybody's nose with a fist. You can't have it in any brand of basketball. Women, men, doesn't matter. She's way over the line.
Yeah, and I think, it's interesting. We see this escalating physical play in women's basketball. I think for a long time, you didn't have this type of play where, Jordan Barncastle and Brittney Griner get kind of tied up and end up sort of pushing each other away, and then that instigated the punch. But regardless of the escalation of physical play in women's basketball, Barry, they cannot allow this sort of thing to go essentially unpunished. I mean, she's already missed her 1-game suspension, missed the end of the regular season, that last game for Baylor. She's going to sit out Baylor's first-round game against Colorado, which Baylor will probably beat. So she's basically missing 2 games that at the end of the day are fairly inconsequential. I think the Big 12 Conference dropped the ball on this as well. They allowed this to be the punishment. They said, we agree with this. We think this is enough. I think they should have taken a stronger stance. They didn't. They had a chance to do that. It's really sad that they didn't give her more games or push Baylor to give her more games. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.